everyone, and welcome back. Oh my gosh, the sun is beating on my face right now, and it is a gorgeous, gorgeous December day, and I love it. Especially because we've been getting a lot of rain and a lot of cold weather. All through November, we've just got really cold weather. But here we are at the beginning of December, and the sun is out, and it is absolutely a gorgeous day. So it's a perfect day for me to now complete this part of my garden. I call this my driveway garden. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to just clean it up and do that winter maintenance that I tried to do last week but just ran out of time. So today I'm going to turn the camera around, show you exactly what I'm going to do. And then we're going to talk about plants that I have in this yard that I really highly recommend for any yard, and what happens to them when ice and snow covers them. So with that, you guys, let's get started. So right here I have an orange stonecrop at sedum, and it has a lot of winter interest with all these colors, and it's just gorgeous, but it needs to be cleaned up. And then all my daylilies over here need to be cleaned up, and what isn't, you know, that's still green, whatever's still green, I'm just gonna kind of cut down a little bit where you can still see some of the green, but not completely wipe it out. But just clean all of this whole area up. And then right here is my red valerian. I cleaned that up earlier in the season. This right here is a Texan emporium. It's absolutely gorgeous. I was going to take it out, but it's looking like it's still doing beautiful. So I'm not going to do anything or remove it. But this one right here actually is supposed to bloom. It's never bloomed for me. Probably if it was in a zone 9, it probably would bloom, but in zone 8B it really doesn't. And it probably could use a lot more direct sunlight, and this area gets more shade, and that can contribute to lack of blooms as well. But that one's looking pretty. I'm not going to touch that. And then I have a hot lip sylvia over here and a hot lip sylvia here. I may trim those just a little bit. This is not the right time to do it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And then right here I have my Japanese maple tree, which I will just clean off all the dried leaves and any dead branches. And then right over here I have more daylilies, and then some red valerian here that I cleaned up earlier in the season. Here's all my Hanacola grass. This is done for the season, but I don't touch it because it looks really beautiful for winter interest. And then I have both of my Brenras over here, and these will stay up until the last hard frost puts them down, and then I'll clean them up. And then I have some more stonecrop sedum over here, and I'll just clean this whole area up. And then right here, I finally did bloom, and this is my mums that I've had in the same container that I bought it in, and it's still doing great. So I'm not going to do anything with that. I might just try to clean up some of the leaves here, but that's about it. So now that I've gone through all that, I'm going to just go ahead and get started. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for joining me today. Typically I wouldn't cut salvia in the early part of December, but this has proven to me to be very, very hardy we're going to be getting sunny days for the next couple of days, so it'll scar over. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it just ever so lightly. Just to make it look pretty, nothing major. Oh shit. Oh my god. We have a Halloween mouse. I saw this, I thought it was a real mouse. Oh my god, it scared me. Oh, thank god it wasn't real. Okay, go back to what I was doing here. This right here is my hoplite oregano. It's already gone dormant, but I'm just gonna clip off some of these little stragglers. And that's about it on that. Video I talked about how Japanese maple go dormant in the winter months, and once they lose their leaves, they're pretty much gone dormant. And so what I like doing, and you don't need to do this, this is a preference thing, but what I like to do so that I don't have to do it in the springtime is cut any dead limbs from underneath, because once the leaves start coming out, they're going to ramp up and start really producing some leaves. So this is a good time to give it a good fresh look. So I just cut off anything that looks dead. So like this one here looks dead, but it really is pretty pliable. You can choose to leave it or cut it off. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. And the reason for that is because it's going to make your plant healthier, your tree a lot healthier the following year. And I like doing it at the last time.
With question marks, with broken hearts, I went all my life without you. Something right could be so wrong. Carry on, cause I know I have to let you go.
Now doesn't that make it look so much nicer and healthier? And now you don't have to do this next year when spring comes along. It's going to start promoting new leaves and healthy leaves, and it's just going to expand the life of this. So yeah, looks so much better. Now just give this salvia a little trim, not very hard. And when I trim it, I'm just trimming it to the next bunch of healthy leaves. One year I cut it all the way down to the ground. I thought I lost it. I thought it wouldn't come back, but look at it. Big. So these are pretty tough. They can handle being trimmed in the late fall, and it's not going to hurt them. do it for me. It looks so much better. Now I still need to mulch. I'm not going to put you through that, but it looks a lot better than it did. So let me bring you really close to show you what it looks like now, and then I will talk a little bit about the plants. This side here is where my lilies are, and my stone crop cedium over here. I did end up cutting some of the foliage off of it. It's not hurting it. This is one of the toughest plants ever as far as cediums goes. I will talk about that in just a minute, but let me show you how my lilies now look. All of my lilies are gone. You just see the stems of them. And I did leave a little bit of greenery so that it can continue to get some sun and the photosynthesis for next year's flowers. I did end up cutting a lot of the dead foliage off of the Texan Emporium because it needed some cleaning out. And then my Hosta, my brim cup Hosta that was right over there, is no longer there anymore. It has gone dormant. And then I did trim my hot lip salvia. And then right here is where I have some hop-like oregano. That I actually just cut off what was dried up, and it's already gone into dormant. So yeah, so that's where that is. And then over here I just trimmed a little bit of my hot lip salvia, totally cleaned up my Japanese maple. It looks so much prettier, so much nicer. All the dead limbs are gone, so now it can concentrate on new growth come springtime. And then I cut down my lilies over here. And as far as my Brenras right here, these ones here, I don't touch at all. I will cut some of the stuff that looks kind of weathered, but outside of that, I leave it until the last frost actually kills it. And then also the Hanacola over here, right here. This one here can be trimmed back in the winter, but I leave it for winter interest, and it'll be fine until springtime, and then I'll clip it down. Didn't do anything with my peony over here. I call that a peony. It's a anemone, and I didn't do anything with that. Just left it as it is, and then cleaned up my stone crop over here. And then I did end up cleaning up all of the dead leaves off of my President Clematis over here. And I did end up cutting just a little bit on the very top. This can actually be cut down about a quarter of its full length come springtime. I don't think it's going to hurt it. So we'll see. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be just fine. This is a very established clematis, and there's about 4 strings there. And it keeps multiplying every year, and it's just the most beautiful clematis ever. So I love it. So yeah, so anyway, that's where that is, right there. Let's talk about plants that actually really hold up in the winter, especially under ice and snow, because we get it every year. And these are plants that I absolutely love. I mean, I love all my plants, don't get me wrong. I planted every single plant in this yard, and I love every individual plant. Now, there are some that I wouldn't plant again, but for the most part, almost everything that I have, I actually can truly say that I absolutely love and would plant it again. But in this side of my yard, one of 3 plants that I really love because it can withstand ice and snow is this stonecrop cedium. This can be covered completely under ice, and it doesn't hurt it at all. It'll look just like this when the ice and snow melt. And that's what I love about this stonecrop cedium. And then it grows these beautiful, beautiful yellow flowers in the springtime and the summertime. I mean, it's long-lasting blooming, and it's just gorgeous. And I mean, I just absolutely love it. This plant here, you could literally cut off a piece off of this. And because it has so many nodes, you can drop it on the ground and it'll seed itself. I wouldn't consider it invasive, because invasive meaning that it grows from the root system and starts shooting out a bunch of plants. That one doesn't do this. This one just spreads because it repropagates itself pretty much. And so pretty much can be contained. And I would absolutely recommend this plant. So now the other plant that I really, really love is these Brenras here. The reason why I like Brenras and would highly recommend them is because they stay evergreen for the longest time. They may go dormant once the first hard frost hits them, but it is a very short window that they go dormant. I mean, practically only about a month or two before the green starts popping back up. And so for that reason, I really love them. And they weather through a lot of stuff. But of course, frost will knock them down. But they will stay green in your yard. But what I love about them is that they're snail and slug resistant, they're deer resistant, rabbit resistant, and they're not prone to diseases like a lot of plants are. So for that reason, I love them. And then they grow these beautiful blue bell flowers over the spring and summer months, and it just makes it really whimsical and beautiful. So I love them for so many reasons, and I would highly recommend those for any yard. And then of course I love my Japanese maple trees. I love them to pieces. They're very low care, and I would highly recommend those as well. The only thing is that you do need to keep these in a little bit more protected area. They don't like direct sunlight. Now there are some that will take direct sunlight, so just look at the tag. But for the most part, they like to have morning sun, afternoon shade, and just have filtered light throughout the day, and they do really well. Now if you're in a very, very hot climate, I would probably put them more in a shaded area with ample lighting and just protect them from that harsh sun. But they do beautiful, and they're low maintenance. You know, you fertilize them come springtime once, and that's it. You trim the dead branches, after the leaves have fallen, and they're good to go for new foliage to emerge come springtime. So, yeah, love, love, love them. And then, of course, I love the Kona grass. I mean, the Kona grass is just one of my favorite because it makes for a beautiful plant amongst rocks, amongst hostas, and they're just really graceful. And right now they're brown because they've gone dormant, but come springtime, they're going to be this beautiful green, graceful leaves, and they are so soft to the touch. I mean, right now they feel like straw, but come springtime or when they are green, they just feel like silk, and I just absolutely love them. And they do multiply, but they're very, they have a very slow growth on them. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you're new to my channel, thank you for joining me, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification button, and you'll catch me on every Thursday, provided that something doesn't go wrong. But for the most part, I really try hard to produce something every Thursday. So with that, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I will see you guys next Thursday. Bye-bye for now.